Is my grandpa secretly Commissioner Gordon? What burger of the day do I want to eat today?
How does Ben Grimm have children?
How is Hope gonna get herself out of this one?
Let's have a conversation.
Hello, welcome to Conversations with the Goob. That's me. Let's have a conversation. I thought I'd do a little something different. Every year for Christmas, what I make for my nephews, I've done it a few years now. I shouldn't say every year, but I make these little Pokeball ornaments with a character inside. I got these off of eBay. I bought like 200 some of them, and they're only like $3 for all 200 almost. It varies depending on what store you buy them from, but I thought I'd give a little how-to on how I make this little ball. So first off, this year unfortunately they were out of the larger size that I usually get, so they are going to be a little smaller this year. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad with the. I use a beer bottle lid. That's what I use for the button on the Pokeball. Hopefully that doesn't look too bad out of shape. I don't really have any other way to do it, but so what you're gonna need is you get one of the little plastic balls. You get beer tops. Find something in your cupboard that fits about halfway. So because what you're gonna do is you're going to not only slice the ball open at the halfway mark, but you're gonna use this to make your pattern. So you'll just slice all the way around it to open it up. But before I do that anyways, I need to do the main part. So you're gonna make a little insert that the Pokemon sits on. As you can see for coughing here, I use a little purple bottom, try to make it look like the caves in the games where you find coughing. For different types of Pokemon, obviously you can use different scenes. I made a Slowking one where I made a little beach scene that he stood on. So you take your, in this case I have a coffee mug, and you're just gonna trace that onto a little piece of cardboard, and then obviously you'll do this 5 times because I'm making 5 of them. Do it for however many you're making, and what I usually do, I missed the edge, is I will then paint right over top of this on here before I even cut it. So you're going to want to use a darker marker on there. So I trace it on there with a pen so I don't make any marks with the marker on the cup, and then just trace over it with a darker marker. Usually I would use a black Sharpie, but I couldn't find one, so I just have a green marker, but it's making it nice and dark. And then you just, like I said, paint right on top of there. I'm gonna paint for Slugma here, so it's gonna be like a little lava pattern. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take pictures of things as I go and insert them in here to show you step by step, so I don't have to film the whole thing. But I thought for our conversation today, give me your top 5 Pokemon and why. So my number 1 favorite Pokemon is Snorlax. I really like Snorlax. I think he's really cool. He's very rare. You can't really find him very often. You get most games there's 2 of him, and once he's gone, he's gone. He doesn't respawn or anything. So to me, that makes him even more rare than a lot of the Pokemon in there, because you don't catch them. You just find them somewhere else. I mean, even the mythical or pseudo legendary Dragonite, there's like so many Dratinis that you can catch. But he's my top favorite. I just think he looks really cool. Then my second favorite is Tauros, and the reason why for Tauros, even though he's kind of plain, he's just a little bull, I like him because I used to play in Pokemon gyms when Pokemon cards were first a thing, and my number 1 card, believe it or not, was Tauros. Like, if I got him in my deck when I drew out on the first hand, you can dominate. This guy was so powerful. His attack, like, you would reuse the energy from attacks, you would flip a coin and you get to take so much damage per each attack. And if it's heads, and then it's always at least a certain amount of damage. And then, he has 60 HP, which back then was good. Now he's obsolete because the original cards don't work anymore. So he was my number 2 favorite because I just really enjoyed getting him in the card, in my deck when I would play gyms. I only got through the first 2 gyms, and then I wasn't really able to make it to too many of them. Most of the reason why is I lived in Virginia and I had a season pass to Busch Gardens, so why would I go play Pokemon card games when I can go to the arcade? So I like to I do this little dabbing pattern with the paintbrush, and it kind of gives it a little texture to it. So I'm trying to make this look like lava. So right now I just made it red. I'm gonna put some orange on here. I actually don't have any yellow paint, so I won't be able to put any yellow into it, but it should look all right. And then I'm gonna put a rock in the middle, kind of for Slugma to be standing on in the middle of the volcano. So yeah. So then my number 3 favorite Pokemon is actually Meowth, because I love Team Rocket, and Meowth was their go-to guy that he talked, and so he was my favorite. And then, of course, that makes my number 4 favorite is Coughing. I think he's really cool looking. He's just, I know he's just like a ball of gas, but I just think he's really cool. And I guess my number 5, it's actually one of the newer ones. It's this Venipede guy. He's a bug poison Pokemon, and I just think he looks really cool. Even his evolutions are really cool, and so he's my number 5. So let me know what yours are, and I'm just going to finish up, and like I said, I will just put some pictures in the rest of the steps. I'll walk through step by step and tell you what I usually do, and then I'll put pictures as I do it. So like I said, the next step is you, after you get this painted, you'll slice this open, and then I paint the bottom all white. I put some cotton balls in the bottom to give it a little extra hold when I put this little round part inside of there, and I glue it down in there. Then after gluing it down, and with the cotton balls, I paint the top half, only half the back part of it red. That way you have a clear view inside the Pokeball with the back being red. I paint the pop bottles completely gray to match the button color, and then after I'm done with that, I paint just the edge of it black because that's how it usually looks on the pictures of it. And then I will, I have black string ribbon that I wrap around the ball. So this, as I put this around the ball, I put glue all the way around it. This glues the top and bottom halves together, and obviously glue the Pokemon on the inside too. And for my younger nephews, I actually put numbers in them. So my one nephew is going to be 2, so I'm going to have a 2 glued in right next to his Pokemon, which is going to be Mewtwo. And I double them up. I glue 2 of these together so that it's a little thicker and it stands up a little better on the inside. Because that's how old he is. He's 2. He was under 1 for his first year, so he has a 0, and then last year is 1. This will be 2. And I'll put those in with the Pokeballs and the Pokemon. And yeah, like I said, you glue the top down, and then you use the ribbon. As you run the ribbon around, you add glue to it, and it holds the 2 halves together really well. And then glue the ball right onto the front. And there you go. You have your little Pokemon. So like I said, let's hear what your favorite Pokemon are. Top 5 reasons why. And as always, you don't need to have superpowers to be a hero.